Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, I'm playing for each series of videos I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff and drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. Gotta wish you all a Merry Christmas, because at the time I'm doing this, it's Christmas Day. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there and I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I am inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today? Well, it happens to be my Livac shirt. That's what I'm going with, damn it. Because they kind of pronounced it lilac, but I'm going with Livac, because that's the B. But anyway, what the fuck is Livac? Livac is a band out of North Carolina who I became aware of a few days ago. They were touring with a band called The Killer's Confession, who I love and have seen perform numerous times. And I'd never heard of these folks before. Didn't know what to expect going into it. And they fucking blew the roof off the place for me. Like, I was super duper into it. Everything about their whole style. You know, they've got kind of like a little bit of a new metal style, a little bit of an industrial thing, and, you know, very sort of catchy and, you know, just like really great at amping up the audience. Exactly the type of stuff that I fucking love, man. I was super into it. I personally see these folks like being headliners very, very soon. I think they're really awesome. And there's so many great bands that are coming up now that I'd love to see them tour with. I actually like them so much, I not only did I get a shirt, I actually got some videos of their performance, which are on the channel as well, just in case maybe you want to check them out or something. If nothing else, I'd be more than happy to go over there and point you in the right direction as far as their music goes, because I think they're incredible. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Merry Christmas, eh? So yes, indeed, folks. It is, in fact, Christmas Day at the time I'm doing this. Don't worry. Don't feel bad for me. Don't be like, oh, Brandon, he's so sad. He's, you know, he's over there. Lady driving by, she's like, what's this guy doing? It's like, fuck off, lady. It's Christmas. Go hang out, do Christmas stuff. But no, I'm actually going to visit some friends, and while I'm doing so, I'm kind of going back through some old stomping grounds where I grew up. And I figured, fuck it, man, I'll take the opportunity to do a review. And I figured if I'm going to review anything on Christmas, I felt like the best thing that I could review would be some Chinese food. But not just any Chinese food. This is Chinese food from a place called Chamber Red, which is in St. Charles, Illinois. Which, by the way, while it being a Illinois establishment, that means that this review is going to end up on my Eating Out Illinois playlist. And yeah, I figured I wanted to go over there and review some Chinese food for Christmas. I am going to upload this later today, so it'll be a Christmas review. And I just got through reviewing some of their sesame chicken. This was one of their special dishes. This is their sweet and sour pork. Oh boy. Let's get a thing for the thing here. Whoa. It's a lot, man. Okay, and then let's do it like this, and we'll kind of ha. Sure. Sweet and sour pork. And like I said, this was part of their special menu. I guess it's a limited time item, so sure. Let's give it a go. It's very hot. It's very, very hot. Okay. That's not bad. The pork is nice and tender. It's easy to eat. It's not chewy or anything. The sauce. It's got that kind of sweet and sour flavor to it. A little bit on the sweeter side than the sour side, but that's like probably fairly typical, I would say, for sweet and sours that I've had in my life. Yeah. I like the exterior on it. It's got an occasional little bit of crispiness here and there, which is nice. Yeah, it's perfectly fine. It's just, if I had a gripe with it, I would say that the pork itself doesn't exude a lot of pork flavor. it really is one of those things where you're getting most of the flavor from the sauce itself. And that can be fine, but, you do want some pronounced pork flavor with your sweet and sour pork. Let's get a pineapple, because I like pineapple. Oh, I love pineapple. It's so hard to fuck up pineapple, because it's the best fruit. But no, the pineapple's really good. I like that. Let's get a little bit with the pineapple and the thing if we can. Ah, very hot. I mean, it makes it a little bit better just because it's pineapple, but a little bell pepper. Peppers have a decent flavor to them. Kind of lacking a little bit in the texture. I prefer my peppers to have a little bit more bite to it. These do have some bite, but yeah. Wait for one more piece. That's not bad. Like, there's nothing bad about that. It's tasty. The pork seems to be cooked well. I like the, the addition of the vegetables. Got some onions in there. The onions, the pepper. It's fairly standard fare for like a sweet and sour kind of deal. It's not bad. Now, all that said though, it's very, very warm. All that said though, two questions do have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? I mean, I'm going to go with yes and yes. I think that, for me personally, I like this more than I like the sesame chicken. Plus, I do appreciate the fact that you get a lot of it. Plus, you get a whole container of rice along with it, so that's kind of nice as well. I mean, there's nothing about it that I would say hugely stood out for me, and there are definitely certain things where I felt it was a little bit underwhelming. Again, the biggest point of contention I would say is I felt that while the pork seemed to be cooked well, it didn't have a great deal of pork flavor. It had kind of a general meatiness to it, but it wasn't really, and it wasn't really, like, it just didn't have that oomph to it, The rest of the flavor was pretty good, like, overall, and, like, the sweet and sour sauce was nice. Again, maybe a little bit sweeter than some of the other ones I've had, but also less sweet than some of the other ones I've had. And overall, it was nice, and, it came together well enough. Was it anything super exceptional? No, but was it good Chinese food takeout? Yeah, it was solid enough. I've definitely reviewed other places through my channel that I have greater preference for than this, but at the same time, there was, like, nothing that really was, like, bad about it. It was still tasty and good. And I think that, if I still lived in the area, yeah, if I was over there and I was kind of weighing my options and stuff like that, I'd maybe go over there and get this again. But I do have to mention that, there are other places in St. Charles that I would probably order from before I ordered from Chamber Red. But at the same time, I wouldn't knock them out as an option or anything. Everything I've had from them has been competent and decent, just a little underwhelming. If I'm recommending them, though. Again, I think really a lot of it comes down to convenience in this case. I think if you live close to the area, something where it'd be easy to pick up, or, obviously you can do delivery through DoorDash or what the fuck ever. But I think if it's something where it's relatively close by, they're a good option. Depending on where you are in the city and stuff, there might be somewhat better options, and maybe at some point in time I'll review those. But if nothing else, like, they seem to be a really solid little Chinese takeout place. They have a nice little atmosphere on the inside and everything, and, the staff seemed to be nice for the little bit of time that I got to deal with them. So, I mean, they're fine. They do a decent job. Nothing to be mad about if you just want some good Chinese takeout. But if you want some better than good Chinese takeout, again, there's probably some other options out there. Anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there themselves a truly happy holidays-tastic rest of your life. whatever holiday you may celebrate. And if you don't celebrate any holidays, that's perfectly fine too. Just have yourself a great fucking day. Final two things. Number one, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Now, folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully, do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, regardless of whatever, I hope that you have a wonderful, and really, regardless of whatever time you find this review, I hope that you have, a wonderful day, a wonderful week, a wonderful month, wonderful rest of your life, It can be easy sometimes, when we think of the holidays, that's when hopefully it brings out, our better nature and everything. But it's important to try to emphasize that throughout the entire rest of the year, Be good to your fellow man and, let's all just try to get along, and try to work through things and stuff. And again, huge shout out to Chamber Red for being open on Christmas. That is extremely cool of them. I wish them nothing but tremendous success. Like I said, the little bit that I got to deal with the staff, because they were very busy, they seem to be very nice people, and I always like supporting local businesses anyway. So, anyway,